Hey you guys, so today we are looking at this, which is the Ultimate Invisible Man, another Universal Monsters Neca figure. I had Dracula the other day, which was breathtaking. I don't know if they can top that one. I kind of hope they can, but I don't think this is going to be the one to top it. Sorry, already I'm like, useless fact 4,433. The lady there on the front, who is Gloria Stewart, I believe, is the old lady, old Rose, from Titanic. Yep, she grew up to be Rose from Titanic. She'll never let go, Jack. So yes, Claude Rains, who was also in one of my favourite films, the Maltese Falcon. It's got the same guy in it, Casablanca. That's great when your brain does that, isn't it? Where it goes one way and then throws the ball the other. Right, so this is the Invisible Man. Barcodes and things underneath there. There we go. Down this side we have artwork with Universal Monsters, Neca, etc. Down this side we have a different piece of artwork with his bandages and things. On the top there we have the Invisible Man, and on the inside we have the man himself. Now this is, I will say it's nice because they've gone for the suit, because everybody always does him in the dressing gown. And I have one at least with the dressing gown. So I'm glad now I have a different version of him. I did have a model kit of this, which I sold at the NEC once, and I really regret selling it because I should have kept it. But I was going through my I don't need anything anymore phase. So yeah, anyway. This is the man himself. There are all the extras and things. Dun, dun, dun. Cool, right, let's get him out of the box, because that's what you want to see. You want to hear me waffling on and etc. You want to see what's in the box. I can't get... hang on a minute. I really try not to damage the boxes, but they do make it difficult. There we go. Right. Out comes the tray. Inside there is, you see that? It's just a kind of a fake lab kind of background, which is weird because he doesn't stand in a lab like that in any of the movie. He does most of it in a hotel room. Well, boarding house room, whatever you want to call it. There is, you get two noses, would you believe, which are now attached to the back of the box. What do you get in there? I'm going to read that bit. I didn't read it because there's nothing on the back. Normally you have like a description of the character or something, but this is just a picture of him and that's it. Notebook, nose, wig, goggles, invisibility serum bottle, interchangeable head and hands. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, there is I like the way it says that. Nose. They've given you two because when you look how small they are definitely going to get eaten by the carpet monster. So, where did I put the scissors? There we go. Right. Pop them in the box. I think the Invisible Man was the longer running series on its own, if you know what I mean. Claude Rains wasn't in, I think he was only in the first one, or the Wolf Man, and the Phantom of the Opera. But he wasn't in any of the other. I think Vincent Price was one of them. I have the box set. I did a review of it a while ago. So right, so there is the figure itself. Will he stand? Yeah, pretty cool. I'm presuming that that nose is not removable. Those goggles are pretty much on there. So that is the face. That is the first face, which is obviously kind of locked in and locked on. The box cracked and made me jump. The blue suit with some nice dry brushing on there to bring out some of the detail. I have to say, it's nice detailing on there. It looks a bit bland in the box, but he's got the fist hands with the gloves. Brown slacks and some nice sort of shoes. Nothing underneath the feet though. Normally they have like Neca and things written underneath the feet, but nothing underneath there. Strange. Did Dracula have? Just double check. Yes, Dracula had it, but the Invisible Man doesn't. Intriguing. Right, can we get my stand? Ta-da, yep. So, I'm going to lay him down now after that. We have his noses there at the back. We have the other heads. So let's look at the other heads. There we go. Those out. And so let's see. Oh, there's another nose in there. So you've got 3 noses. three noses for this guy. I'm going to very carefully over that there, and I'm going to pick his nose. You see, I couldn't do the cat jokes with the elf figure, but I can do them. There you go. That is one of the noses. I don't want to tilt it too much because I don't want to lose it, but that is one of the noses. Right, we should put that down there. So one head has that look, as you can see, which is empty. You can see through it there like that. It is hollow. Let's check. Yep, completely hollow with the plug at the end. Then the other head has like the weird coloury thing on the back there so that it floats. Is that nose removable? No, that nose is glued on. It is the same nose though. And there is the wig, which is kind of rubbery, a piece of rubber. That's him holding his hand. And the goggles, which I guess you can leave swinging, or I suppose you could. Do they go on there? They will, if you're careful with them. See if we can be careful with them. He says be careful with them, and then yeah, if you want, you could put them on there, but I probably think they're made for holding in his hand. Yeah, so like he's ripped them off and he's ha-ha and angry. The book it's rubber actually, and he's right. Can anybody read that to me? I have a good friend, Matt. Are you out there, Matt? If you can read that, let me know. Because he reads all this stuff and he understands science. So yeah, there we go. There. Nothing outside, it's just a nice screen. Right, and that which is interesting because it's got a stirry stick in it, which is a metal stirry stick, which is kind of cool. Yeah. Right, let's put that out of the way. The other, just move that over there. Obviously the other nose is in there, the other hands. Actually, when I said gloves, what I should have said was that those hands have the fake hand gloves, because he has like rubber gloves on to make it look like his hands, because obviously his hands are invisible. So that is the ones with the kind of rubbery gloves on. Yeah. So you've got 1, 2, look the same actually. Slightly different openness. Wow. Not much, but a little bit of different openness. Okay. And that one, which is also kind of the same as that really, open wise. That's kind of weird that you got 2 that are so close together for the same hand. But I suppose that's because one's, I guess that one will hold the wig better. Something like that. Yeah, that's I guess that's why we've got one like that. One's made also for, oops, holding the books. They are rubber, so they are going to be very, very maneuverable. Maneuverable. I'm going to practice saying that for the rest of the day. Maneuverable. Yep, there's the other hand with the pins. So that's obviously the gloved hands, which is one hand and one fist with a, well, it's a holdy hand. So I'm not sure what that's going to be holding, because none of the stuff that comes with him is really that kind of... Right, so let's see how he looks if you swap his head. Now the other version of him is supposed to be that, which is him, obviously. But then you've got that big... It's a shame they didn't make that white. You've got this big black pin in there. But I suppose if you're leaning back like that and doing as though he's laughing, because in the film... You see, the problem I have with this is in the film, that bit there is missing. Because you can't... They couldn't do the effect right. You know, rather than making it like this, which is just a fake body, they did it with the guy in the makeup, Claude Rains in Think. So he still blanks out the back of his neck, which, even as a kid, it kind of spoiled it a bit for me, but yeah. So that was that one. Where's the... Right, we'll try this, because this one is the most interesting one to me. All right, fits in nicely there. So we have that, which looks like some kind of Muppet, to be honest. hello, my name is... I can't think of a name for a Muppet, but yes, it's got a Grover. I don't know. That... Maybe under this kind of likeness that looks a bit... I don't know. It's novel. I like the idea. I like the principle of it. But I'm not sure. Ooh. And finally we have the head with that one. Now obviously you can put the other hands on. You can leave the hands off. That's another version of him being invisible. I would have liked to have seen them do something clever with like a thing so that it looked like he was taking the bandages off. I have a, do you remember geometric model kits? They did one with that, and the model kit that I had, I think that had a similar thing. It had like, I definitely had an Invisible Man model kit. I was just thinking, it didn't mention Claude Rains on the back of the box. It also doesn't mention any character names or anything. So that's the gloved hands. It's as though they maybe couldn't use, because there is no likeness other than on the front there, which is a bit of Claude Rains, and that left the pegging. Ding dang, that's left a pegging. Hang on that. Ah. Pliers, yeah, you need me spitting the paint out. Pliers are useful. Okay, so that, be careful of that. That peg didn't want to stay in the glove, and his head's fallen off. Right. I think mine is probably going to have some kind of combination of that one, I think. I don't know. I'm not disappointed, but I don't know what I was expecting from this. It is the Invisible Man, and it is pretty cool for that. There is a peg in there that moves, by the way. The other one didn't have a peg, it just had a ball joint. Right, so the gloves have like a ball joint in them. It's kind of, how can I put this? Boring. It's just a guy in a suit. Okay, I'll prove it to you, right? I don't know how to do this. So we have, wow, quite a height difference as well. The Wolfman, Frankenstein. I know they're both in suits, but they've got interesting faces. Then you throw in this guy. Oops. It's alright, it's because he's been stood on the floor for a while. There you go. When you look at these, this is a little bit... But then the mummy is also... The mummy, I left the mummy over there because... I don't know. I also find the mummy one to be a little bit... But I do like this. Don't get me wrong. I'm not like, it's terrible. But it's just a little bit... I'd say more boring than the others, yeah? These guys are great. He isn't. So let me just... While we're here... Because I've noticed how kind of short he is. Just have a look and see. So he is 7 inches. Or 17 and a half and a bit centimetres. Yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of... I don't know about you guys. I am kind of disappointed in this. It's fun. And it is another Universal monster, but it's not exactly the most gripping of figures. I mean, unless you stand him like that and then it's just looks like the head's fallen off. Oh, that one. Maybe that one. I don't know which I'm going to stand it on the shelf with. Maybe that one, because at least that looks like he's invisible. But then, like I said, it also looks like a Muppet because you can see that bit. That colour maybe should have been a little bit higher, and that should have sunk in a little bit more. I don't want to push it down too far because I think that could be quite a problem to get that one out again. It's a shame you can't get the goggles just to sit there like that. That would be kind of cool. So yeah, he's probably going to be stood on my shelf with like the goggles in one hand. You can put the goggles like upside down. There is a top and a bottom for them. Yeah, I'm going to wind this video up because I am kind of... I mean, yeah, it's a nice figure. It's got a reasonable amount of articulation to it. It's usual stuff, but it just feels, compared to the Dracula that I did the other day, and even the Elf, and the other Universal Monsters, it is just a little bit, which is a shame. But it's going to happen when you've got figures as good as that Dracula. It's not his fault. So yeah. So, I should have said this near the beginning. I'm going to start trying to say this near the beginning because I don't think you listen after I start this. But hit the like, share, the subscribe buttons. Yeah, all those down there. You know what to do. Please, please, please. If you're new here, please subscribe. Go watch the other videos with the Universal Monsters. Yeah. Thank you to everybody that makes comments. I love reading comments. And I will honestly try to reply to 100% of comments. There you go. So, hope you all have a great day. Hope you all have a great night. And we won't see him in the next video. Do you see what I did, Daisy? Because you won't see him because he's the invisible. Yeah, anyway. Right. Bye for now.